Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and I am here today with my weekend reads video. So, on Monday, I was telling you that I needed to finish The Devil's Highway, Potions and Paperbacks, The Magician's Nephew, and Northanger Abbey. I finished all of them. Northanger Abbey was kind of a fever dream for me. I was listening to the audiobook while sitting with a very restless 3-year-old who just would not go to sleep. So, like 1 o'clock in the morning, finished it. I can tell you I still love it. I can't really tell you much about the whole reading experience or anything, but I do still love it. Magician's Nephew, we finished. Still love. We will talk about that more. Elena and I are going to do a video where we talk about the 3 books we read over the summer for the Children's Literature Book Club. And those were The Jungle Book, Mary Poppins, and then the Magician's Nephew, which we've just finished. Potions and Paperback by Elle Adams. It's book 12 in the Library Witch series. Enjoyed it. It's somewhere between a 3 and a 4-star for me. I think I gave it 4 on Goodreads, but it was very good. Just sometimes her endings wrap up really quickly. This one I liked because it kind of left room for something else to happen, but it was the latest in the series, so I have to wait for the next one to come out to read it. And then The Devil's Highway. Y'all, this book by Luis Alberto Urrea is a true story. He did research, testimony, interviews, read court documents, all of that stuff. And it reminded me a lot of the way that Jack Carr writes the True Believer series, which is a political thriller series. I haven't talked about it on here in a while, but read it. Anyway, it reminded me a lot of that, and I really liked it. Once I figured out the way it was written and got into it, I really enjoyed it. This is a national bestseller. It is a Pulitzer Prize finalist. It is banned in Arizona high schools because it's a true story about immigrants who are coming over illegally across the border and go through the Devil's Highway, which is the colloquial name for a desert over there. And it's just so beautifully done, y'all. I would recommend that you read it if you're looking for a narrative nonfiction. So what does that leave us? Well, it leaves me with more to do because I've got to read Gravelheart by Abdul Razak. I want to call him Razka because the last name is Gurna, so I want to make it Razka Gurna, but it's not. It's Razak. Gets me every time. This is a novel about 7-year-old Salim, who is he's in the 70s, and he's in Zanzibar, and suddenly his father is gone. There's violence and corruption, and then years later, making his way through an alien and hostile London, Salim will begin to understand the shame and exploitation festering at the heart of his family's history. So this is telling the story of an immigrant, but it's fiction rather than nonfiction. But it tells a story of Zanzibar and pulls on real life families and events and things of that nature. So this is for my, this is for my migration literature course. I am also, that needs to go over here so I remember it's there. I am also working on kind of refreshing my memory on some memoirs and narratives in middle grade fiction and narrative nonfiction, if I can find some narrative nonfiction, because I know there's some, but I can't remember what they are. Anyway, I'm writing an essay for this class. Our final project is a long essay, and I'm going to connect the first few texts that we read with middle grade texts, and talk about how important it is for the younger readers to have stories for their age level about their contemporaries that tells these stories from that point of view. And so yeah, I'm going to be looking at that. But the main thing I'm reading this weekend is Gravelheart. Other than that, I have no idea. I would say I'm going to read something on the Kindle, but I lost the little one's Kindle. Stuck it on top of my car and forgot it was there, and it's nowhere to be found, gone without a trace. So the old Kindle I've been using, which was never really mine to begin with, it was my mother's, and then she cracked the screen, so she bought herself a new one and let the girls use the old one. The screen got more and more cracked, and so both girls got Kindles, and this old, huge crack running through the middle of it. I say old, it's like 3 or 4 years old, but huge crack running down the middle of it. It was some sort of specialty setup. We can't get a screen to replace, blah, blah, blah. I was using that to read ebooks on for like school and pull up articles or whatever. And now I've given it back to the little one. So there's no telling if I can get on there and read anything on my Kindle. I can use my phone, but I have an ARC from an author that I have friended on TikTok. I have this omnibus ARC of a YA plant people series that she wrote, and it sounds really interesting. I'd love to read it, but I'm not even sure I can get on my Kindle to try to do all the downloady things to get the ARC on my Kindle reader. So I don't know. I'll tell you if I get to read it. If I get started on it, I will tell you on Monday when I talk to you guys again. But if you remember, if you watched my Monday Reads video last week, I had just fallen. I had Band-Aids. So this is what it looks like now. It's a lot better. But there's bruising down here. And then like this side doesn't, other than right on it, doesn't really hurt. But there's bruising here. There's the lighting changed so you can't really see. But there's bruising here, down here. There we go. Doesn't look near as bad when the lighting's right. So yeah, bruising there and here, and there's a little in there and a little there. And then I also have bruising here where I fell and like bent my wrist back and did all that. And the area like around my shoulder blade, those muscles hurt really bad. My shoulder keeps kind of like falling asleep. I don't even know how to describe it. No, I did not go to the doctor. Of course not. I just fell on my front porch. Not a big deal. But it's kind of throbbing, and I didn't think I hit this, but like this is really sore as well, and it's been almost a week. But I've been sitting and crocheting, and so this is, I think, the 5th crayon I finished for my friend for her classroom. The other ones are yellow, brown, white, green. Yeah, yellow, brown, white, and green. I feel like I finished another one, but maybe not because I finished white and yellow last week. My arm was hurting real bad. So there's the pink one. I'm currently working on an orange one. Then I'm also going to make her a blue one, a red one, and a black one. So, and a purple one, because the little one picked out purple yarn, and the big one picked out. No, the little one picked out blue yarn. The big one picked out purple yarn. Anyway, Shelby's getting a bunch of crayons for her pre-K classroom. Okay. But, you know, as long as I focus on getting Gravelheart done and my essay proposal turned in by Sunday, everything else is gravy, and I can crochet and listen to audiobooks or watch TV or whatever I'm going to do. So that's what we're working on right now. If you would like to know more about my essay proposal, about any of the books I've mentioned, any of that, let me know in the comment section down below, or just come and say hi. Leave me a little crayon emoji, whatever you want to do. I'll talk to you again soon. Until next time, stay safe out there, guys.